In this tutorial, we're going to work out how to convert a number from denary into binary. For example, you might be asked to start with a denary number like 15 and have to convert it into its binary representation like this. Notice that this binary number starts with a prefix that means something at the beginning of it of 0b, and the b here just stands for binary to remind us that this is a binary number 1111 rather than the denary number 1111, because this binary number is equal to 15. So we're going to work through the example of converting 48, the denary number 48, into its binary representation. So the first stage is to write out your denary number, so in our case 48, and I'll put it in the bottom right hand cell of a table, and the table has got 8 columns and 2 rows. Now you don't have to draw that table, but it's a good idea to the first couple of times you try that. And if you don't draw the table, just make sure you leave enough space by writing your number on the right hand side of your piece of paper and leave a bit of space above it too. So second stage is to divide your number by 2 and round down. For example, 48 divided by 2 is 24, which goes exactly, so you don't have to do any rounding down. Step 3 is to put either a 0 or a 1 above your original number, and you put a 0 if your number is even, as in you didn't have to round down, or you put a 1 if your number is odd and you did have to round down. So here 48 is an even number, which means when you half it to 24, we didn't have to do any rounding down, so it's a 0 here. In step 4, you just repeat the last 2 steps. So for example, we start from 24 this time, we divide by 2 to get to 12. 24 is an even number, so we didn't have to do any rounding down, so we put a 0 above here. And we repeat again, so this time 12 is an even number, which means we can half it to get 6 and put a 0 above it. 6 is still an even number, so we can half it to get to 3 and put a 0 above that. But this time we've got an odd number, so when we half 3, the actual number is 1.5, but we round it down to 1, but we have to put a 1 above it this time because it's an odd number and we had to do some rounding. 1 again is an odd number, so when we half it, the answer is 0.5 or a half, but we round it down to 0, but we have to put a 1 above it here. When you get to a 0 along the bottom row, you can stop because this is your answer, or you can just pad with zeros, because 0 divided by 2 is again 0, and it goes exactly, so more zeros go above it. So, to get your binary representation, you just read off the top row of your table. So 48, the denary number 48 in binary is 110000. So to answer our question, the denary number 48 is 110000 in binary.